This is the Casio CZ-1 phase distortion synthesizer from 1986. It's loaded with really cool 80s sounds, and this synth was really Casio's answer to Yamaha's frequency modulation in their DX7 synthesizer. Although I love the sounds on it, playing it's not really that much fun. The keys are pretty nice, but to change any of the parameters, you have to select the button and then move the arrows up and down to get the value you want. It's not anywhere near as fun as just turning a knob. Also, the synth is pretty big, it takes up a lot of space, and it's heavy, so it's not going to be fun to carry around. So I sampled all 64 presets at 3 different velocities and turned them into playable instruments that I can use on my computer. Once it's in the computer, we can use all of the effects in our DAW to make the CZ-1 sound like never before. And here we have the Casio CZ-1 inside of Ableton Live. And we can use the macro controls to change things. It's much better than pressing buttons and selecting them on menus and going up and down to get the right value. Here we just turn the knob. You can select all of the presets using this macro control called Preset Selector, and you can just kind of test out the different sounds. Then you use the other macros to adjust our sound. Phase distortion is Casio's answer to FM synthesis, but we have FM synthesis in Sampler in Ableton, so I included those macros in this instrument. So I'm going to turn up some FM. Start to hear a little growl. We can change the waveform that we're using to modulate, and we can change the tuning. So let's turn the filter up a little bit so we can hear these sounds. And we'll make it a nice short sound so it sounds a little metallic in the beginning and then fades out real quick. We go all the way to the right, we get the noise waveform, and that's kind of fun, especially when we start bringing in some attack and decay. We start getting this movement. Let's pick a different sound. That is a nice one. Voice 1 it's called. I'm going to bring in the 80s Haze, which makes it much wider, and it's kind of like a chorusing effect. Bring down that frequency modulation a little. And then we'll show you the timbre control, which changes the way the samples are spread out across the keyboard, which results in different timbres. Shorter sounds. And it really depends on which sound you're playing around with. Like a nice kind of plucky sound like this. Well, it was plucky with the timbre down. This is what it really sounds like. Bring the timbre down. Get this nice pluck and raise it. And there's more of like a texture to it. Turn that FM off. So as you're scrolling through the different presets, there's the motorcycle preset. For each preset, we have a macro variation. So we could start with this. Here's the original sound of this preset. Then we can try some different variations. So much diversity just by clicking these variations. So I've got this pack organized in two different racks. There's the sustained sounds, and then there's the pluck sounds. So these are shorter sounds. Electric bass 1. Some really nice electric piano sounds. Let's play around with some of the macro variations. We've got the rapid arpy, short stab. And that's one of the differences between the two racks, is that this pluck one has the arpeggiator controls. That's a cool sound. We've also got an audio effect rack that you can use on all of these sounds, and you can use it in other projects on other sounds too. There's a chorus. The CZ-1 itself does have a pretty nice chorus on it, so we put it here too. Tremolo. A delay. And there's a reverb. I'm really happy with how this pack came out. The CZ-1's a beautiful synth, but it is big, it doesn't have a lot of fun controls, and I think I'd rather have the space for something else. I'm not going to want to carry it around, but now it's in my computer, and it's got new capabilities that weren't even possible on the original. So I'm pretty happy with the results.